All right, fair use, fair use. This is your brother Wabrumya back with another lesson, Lord, willing to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Waha, Rakah, Kwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the one-third men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah by their faith. Just got another lesson I want to bring out through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. This video right here, I've been holding on to for a while because it was hilarious. And you're gonna see what I mean when I say hilarious. These Edomites claim to be the Israelites of the northern tribe, which this is far from the truth. And they think that since the time of the northern tribe, when the time of the captivity of Assyria, because the Israelites was in that area of Caucasus, the Caucasus Mountains, Esau believes that they pretty much sojourned there. They established themselves as being there, and that's far from the truth. The Israelites that never dwell in Mount Seir and made it their home. So let's get into these scriptures, man. Lord willing to be edifying, because we know who is Esau Edom, and he is a so-called white man who is in control and in power on earth today.
Why are you called a Caucasian? You are a Caucasian. You are also an Israelite, according to Noah Webster in the Holy Bible. The Webster Encyclopedia of Dictionaries, copyright 1958, by the Literary Press, page 64, says, quote-unquote, Caucasian pertains to the white race originating from the Caucasus Mountains near the Black Sea. The Holy Bible states that the house of Israel would be scattered north of the river Euphrates. You can find it in 1 Kings 14:15. This promise was fulfilled when, in 721 BC, all 10 tribes were taken into captivity and driven by the Assyrians into the Caucasus Mountains, located between the Caspian and Black Sea. 2 Kings 17:6, 2 Kings 18:9 through 11. Hosea the prophet in his book, chapter 2, verse 6 says, quote, I will hedge up thy way with thy thorns, and make a wall that she shall not find her paths. In this way, Yahweh was making it clear that the tribes of Israel were not to return to Palestine. As Jacob Israel left the mountains and migrated into Europe and finally to North America, they became known as the race of Caucasians. And that's what we are. And this is our history. And this is what we are teaching about here today in the name of Yahweh. This is for you to know and to understand.
And I mean, it's easy Google search. You can even ask ChatGPT. The Israelites never dwelled in the Mount Caucasus Mountains. They never dwelt there. These are the people that dwelled in the Caucasus Mountains. The Caucasians, the Edomites, the hairy man.
I sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds, the Bill and Coo birds, pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you.
And there was those AI images converted from the other pictures, and they showed you those people are Edomites, man. And see, the Edomites dwelt in the Caucasus Mountains, and the children of Israel scattered amongst all the people, but they never dwelt in in the Caucasus Mountains. Esau was known as a mountain dweller, a cave dweller, the wild man. And we see that through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, he's opened our minds up to the truth. You blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans are seeking the Lord, man. Because 2/3 of our people don't understand this is a spiritual battle, man. This is spiritual warfare. Because they have stolen our identity and used it for their benefit for thousands of years, man. And now the Lord has put the spirit on the elect to wake up to this truth, to understand that we are the true people of the Lord, man. And these other nations, especially Esau, Edom, are heathens, man. And the Lord is coming to judge them. Now check this out.
If white people could possibly be the lepers from the Bible? Quite the thought, isn't it? This intriguing question is more than just a conversation starter. It's a probe into the mysteries of our human past, a journey through biblical narratives and a scientific exploration of genetics and disease. It's a question that may lead us to rethink our understanding of history, race, and biology. Let's delve into this, shall we? Leprosy is a condition that has been around since biblical times, a disease that has left an indelible imprint on human history. This condition, known in medical parlance as Hansen's disease, is characterized by symptoms that are both physical and systemic. It has the potential to cause sores that eat away at the limbs and facial features, sometimes leaving the individual handicapped and disfigured. The disease attacks the skin, cartilage, and bone, causing parts or all of the body to turn white, pale, or even acquire a pinkish hue. In some instances, it even causes the hair to turn blonde or light in color, and the eyes to adopt hues of any color but black or dark brown. But leprosy's impact is not merely skin deep. It also wreaks havoc on the immune system, leaving the individual more susceptible to other diseases. One noteworthy consequence of this disease is its effect on the body's ability to absorb sunlight. Individuals affected by leprosy often find themselves unusually sensitive to sunlight, which can lead to issues absorbing adequate amounts of vitamin D. Now, let's delve a little deeper. Leprosy is not just a disease that affects the body, it also brings about changes in human DNA. This is where things get even more fascinating. Leprosy is capable of causing gene mutations which can lead to a permanent depletion of the body's melanin, the pigment that gives human skin, hair, and eyes their color. So when an individual contracts leprosy, the disease doesn't just cause temporary symptoms, it also brings about permanent changes in the body's genetic makeup. These changes, once established, can be passed on to the person's offspring. In essence, leprosy is more than a disease. It's a biological event that can shape the genetic destiny of individuals and their descendants. Now let's ponder how this relates to white people. What happens when leprosy changes one's DNA? This is a question that unravels the hidden facets of genetics and disease transmission. Leprosy, a disease known for its debilitating physical effects, also has an insidious impact on the human genome. It triggers a gene mutation that permanently depletes the body's melanin, a vital pigment responsible for the color of our skin, hair, and eyes. Once this mutation occurs, the new DNA bearing the mark of leprosy becomes the blueprint for the individual's physical traits. This altered DNA is not superior, but rather inferior to its original form, as it carries the permanent symptoms of leprosy. The pale skin, light hair, and non-dark eyes, all signs of the disease, become a part of the individual's genetic identity. When two full-bred lepers, bearing all these permanent symptoms, have offspring, their children inherit the same leprosy-affected DNA. Occasionally, a recessive gene trait may surface from their original melanated ancestors' DNA, resulting in dark hair or eyes. However, the skin still bears the telltale signs of leprosy. Now let's consider a different scenario. What happens when a full-bred leper and a full-bred melanated parent have children? The leprosy gene becomes recessive, and the offspring may exhibit one or two symptoms of the disease. Yet it's the melanated parent's DNA that dominates, showcasing the resilience of the melanated genome. In the case of offspring from two mixed-bred parents, they may inherit either a recessive melanated gene trait or a recessive leprosy gene trait. This genetic shuffle demonstrates how leprosy, through its DNA-altering power, can influence the gene pool. So, is it accurate to say that leprosy is diluting the gene pool? It's a question that invites us to ponder the complex dance of genetics, disease, and human diversity.
So there you have it. It's not a privilege to be a so-called Edomite, a white man. And it's the opposite, because your genes are not strong. You can't. Your genes will not dominate a melanated person. Your recessive genes would not dominate a melanated person, man. Having blue eyes and green eyes, all those, and blonde hair, that's all signs of sickness, man, illness, man. Because having white skin is a sickness, man. It's a disease. Just as well as having blonde hair. That's a plague of the head. So you Edomites are the enemies of the sun, the enemies of nature, man. Because the Lord said he hated you, and he designed everything to hate you, man. And that's what That's one of the main reasons why Esau wants his birthright back, because the Lord designed everything to hate him, man. If you can receive it, he is Cain coming back as Esau. And that mark of the mark that was put on Cain was leprosy, man. And a lot of people can't understand that. But now this information, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding has has been given to the elect. We understand these things now. 2/3 of 2/3 in the rest of the world don't have a clue that being a so-called white man is a plague, it's a disease, man. It's a sickness. Just by being an Edomite. Check this out.
Did the Neanderthals also come out of Africa? They seem to have emerged from another hominid that was a common origin to human beings, but they did not come out of Africa. They emerged from that hominid, which had also spread across the globe. And perhaps that's one of the ideas or suppositions in relation to it independently. It's why in the human genome, the only human beings without Neanderthal contribution in any way are Africans, people in Africa. So they have no Neanderthal genetic contribution whatsoever, whereas European descended peoples, Asian descended peoples all have some contribution at some level, varying by percent. So it's there. So modern day Africans have no Neanderthal DNA. No, sub-Saharan Africans do not at all. So they're more close to the original Homo sapiens. In all modern human populations, there's been some genetic drift away from like the original Homo sapien to some degree or another. But in terms of outside contributions, yes, they don't have these the Neanderthal contribution or the Denisovian contribution, which are a similar Neanderthal-like cousin to human beings. So they include none of that in their genome. In that sense, it's more Homo sapien thoroughly.
So you Israelites are the true humans, man. You are the true human beings. And these other nations, these heathen nations, are not compared to us, man. And Jake still want to say Esau, man. Their bloodline is not connected to ours, man. Even though Jacob and Esau were brothers, the Lord put an enmity between his seed and the woman's seed and the serpent's seed, man. Now, this is simple to understand, man. And if you want to get deeper, you can easily do a little research and see that their skulls, their facial structure, the way the way they age, and they pretty much gave you an outline of those people are not like the Israelites, man. They're not like us, man. Their body makeup, the way their hair grows on their body, none of that is the same as you Israelites, man. It's not the same. And the Lord is not going to change the way Esau was made, man. Because he was set to receive that punishment all the way back from Cain. Because he is his father. He is of his father, the devil. But he is Cain coming back in reincarnation as Esau. Now I'm gonna hit this scripture here. Let me get to 2 Corinthians. I want this. Just hit a couple scriptures, man, because these Edomites are showing their horns, man. They truly hate you, blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. But they don't have a clue that their time is up, man. That the way they lied about history, the way they took and stolen our identity and became a people of the Lord, which we are the children of Israel. They've stolen all that. Now the Lord is stripping that from them, man. And all the other nations know that they are not the children of Israel, man. They know that they are not the Israelites according to the Bible, man. This is 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 14. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. See, he transformed himself to be something he's not, man. He transformed himself to be the angels, Yahweh Shai, the Israelites. They've transformed themselves as being these people of a high stature and holy on the earth. And that's far from the truth. And see, the Lord is stripping them from their wisdom, man. You can read about that in Obadiah. The Lord has sought out and stripped them from their wisdom. See, none of those things that they was able to use, the witchcraft that they was able to use, is working anymore, man. Now we can see plainly this man is the devil, man. And that's why I said Satan transformed himself into the angel of light. I hit this real quick. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 6. It says, how are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? See, we have sought out all the hidden things of Esau. We sought it out, man, by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now the Lord is bringing this man down, man. He can't hide. That was a part of his witchcraft. He was able to hide himself from the world and put forth an image of him being the righteous when he was truly the wicked. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 15. It says, for the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is near upon all the heathen. See, the Lord is coming back to judge all the heathen, but especially Esau Edom. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. So everything he's done is going to return upon him, man. So he was able to hide behind the witchcraft that he's put out there for so long. Now people are seeing who he really is. And his own people are calling it out, man. They've searched out, man, we come from, we are a Neanderthal. And, we didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna say we. I mean, I didn't know that their blood type and their blood type, but their blood type is different from ours as well. That's another thing, man. But their makeup, their genetic makeup is totally opposite of ours, man. This is Psalms 110 in verse 5. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. So the kings of the earth that he's made himself kings of the earth, the Lord is coming back to judge him, man. He shall judge among the heathen. And Esau, Edom, is the main heathen the Lord is coming back to judge. Not to say he's the only one, but all the heathen are going to be judged. But the main heathen is going to be utterly judged is Esau. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads of over many countries, man, many nations. All those kings, you seen Putin, or you seen Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un, DJT. All these nations are going to be judged, man. They're all coming down. So the Lord is coming to judge the heathen, man. But Edom is the main player on the Lord's scope, man, to judge, man. Let's get this real quick. This is Isaiah. It's Isaiah 63. And see, Esau can't hide himself, man. The Lord has made him bare, man. This is Isaiah 63 and verse 1. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, the eye that is right, that speaketh in righteousness, mighty to save. And that's Yahushua. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. So the Lord is going to stomp him out, man. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will trodden them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood, metaphorically speaking, shall be sprinkled upon all, it says, shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. So the Lord is metaphorically telling you he's coming back to stomp them out, man. They will not have any peace in the day of the Lord, man. They will not be able to run and escape in the day of the Lord. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And that time is come, man. We just read about read in Obadiah 1:15. The day is near to the heathen, man. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So the Lord is coming back to redeem the elect of Israel and to judge Esau, Edom, and the heathen nations, man. This is what's on the Lord's agenda when he returns. There will not be any escaping for Esau Edom, man. Because mainly what he did to the children of Israel. This is Jeremiah 25 and verse 12. It says, "And it shall come to pass when the 70 years are accomplished, that I will punish the kings of the king of Babylon and the nation, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for their iniquity, and the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolation. And I will bring upon that land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in the book which Jeremiah have prophesied against the nations." See, the Lord is coming back to judge Babylon, which we've seen where the Lord said he's going to come and try them down in his winepress. But it's coming to all the nations. But the head honcho is Esau Edom. So he can display his hatred towards us and put us in jail, lock us up, do all these things to us. But he's not going to be able to do that when the Lord returns, man. The Lord got a time and an hour and a day the Lord is going to come and judge Edom. And his power is going to be taken from him. And he's never going to have any power again. We are quickly approaching that, man. We're quickly approaching the day of the Lord. And that's why I read that Obadiah. The day of the Lord is near to the heathen. Verse 14, it says, "For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also. And I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to their works of their own hands. For thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, power of Israel, unto me, take the cup of wine of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them." See, the Lord is coming back to judge them, man. He's finna send a sword on them, man. And that's those thermonuclear missiles, man. He's going to send from one continent to the next one. "Then took I the cup at Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's hand, and made all the nations to drink, unto whom Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has sent me." And see, the Lord, this is us coming to the nations and prophesying against it. And the Lord is showing you through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, this is the way the Lord is going to bring these nations down, by the men of the Lord prophesying and basically taking this cup to them, man. This prophesying against them is basically putting this cup before them. It's your time to drink. What's that in Psalms 75? It says, verse 18, it says, "To wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and an astonishment and a hissing and a curse, as it is this day." So the Lord is bringing this judgment upon them, man. No one is going to escape because you think that they was a good people, a good person, or they can be saved. No, it don't work that way, man. The Lord is going to bring judgment on these heathen nations, as it is written. Verse 19, it says, "Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants and his princes and all his people." See, the Lord is not letting anyone off the hook, man. As the plagues came on Egypt, he didn't let none of the Egyptians off the hook. All of them had to suffer the wrath of the Lord. And it's no different at this day, man. As he said, the hints of the curses, as it is this day. So no one is going to get away. The Lord has his scope on you. It's on you. Just as it was the children of Israel. It says, "Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants and his princes and all his people, and all the mingled people, and all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Ashkelon, and Asah, and Akron, and the remnant of Ashdod, Edom, and Moab." See, these are heathen nations that's finna receive the judgment of the Lord. It says, "And the children of Ammon." So the Lord is going to bring this judgment upon these nations, man. It won't be well, the Lord is going to have mercy on these heathen nations just because they have been good, did good to the church. They brung they sent money to the church or did something good to a neighborhood, they won't be getting off like that, man. And that's why the Spirit of the Lord has us constantly making these lessons to let you know, to make it plain and firm to you that the judgment of the Lord is coming on our enemies, man. The judgment of the Lord is coming upon our enemies, and they will not escape. Verse 15 in the NLT, Jeremiah 25:15, it says, "This is what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the power of Israel, said to me. Take my cup." I'm going to drop down. I just read that. Verse 19, it says, I gave the cup to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, his attendants, and his officials, and all his people, along with all the foreigners living in that land. I also gave it to all the kings of the land of Uz, and the kings of Philistine cities, Ashkelon, Gaza, Akron, and what remnant of Ashdod. Then I gave the cup to the nations of Edom, Moab, and Ammon. And I can read on to the African nations, but the main characters in this movie that's going to be judged is Edom, Moab, Ammon, Gaza, Akron, Ashkelon, all of them, man. I should have cut it off, but it's for sake of time, man. But let me continue on, man. I gave it to Dedan, Teman, and Buz, and to the people who live in distant places. I gave it to the kings of Arabia, the king of the nomadic tribes in the desert, and the kings of Zamar, Elam, and Media, and I gave it to the kings of the northern countries, far and near, one after the other, all the kings of the world. See, every king of this world is going to be judged, man, and their people, and their nation, and their princes. And finally, the king of Babylon himself drank from the cup of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's anger. So the Lord is bringing his cup in his anger for the heathen nations, man. Then Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said to me, now tell me, this is what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of heaven's army, the power of Israel, says. Drink from this cup of my anger. Get drunk and vomit. Whew. Fall to rise no more, for I am sending trouble. I'm sending terrible wars against you. And if they refuse to accept the cup, tell them, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of heaven's armies, you have no choice but to drink from it. See, they have no choice but to drink from it, man. They won't be getting away, man. That's why we're trying to tell our people through the Spirit, man. Yeah, Esau is getting over. They winning, and they don't seem like they're ever going to lose. But they're going to be forced to drink of the Lord's wrath, man. It says, I have begun to punish Jerusalem and the cities that bear my name. Now should I let you go? Let me slow down. It says, now should I let you go unpunished? No, you will not escape disaster. See, we got judged. And you think these heathen nations are going to go without being punished? No, you will not escape disaster. I will call for war against all the nations of the earth. I, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of heaven's army, have spoken. So the Lord is coming, man, to judge these heathens, man. And they will not get away. Not one of them. It is written for Esau to be judged. And the Lord is a man of his word. He's not going to let him escape by any means. He's not going to escape. This is Micah 5:15. It says, and I will execute vengeance in my anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. So the judgment is coming upon Esau and the heathen nations like never before, man. They're going to receive double, man. New Living Translation, it says, I will pour out my vengeance on all the nations that refuse to obey me. Good News Translation says, and in my great anger I will take revenge on all nations that have not obeyed me. And Esau and the heathen nations have never obeyed the Lord, man. And we went off and the Lord punished us. It's no different for these heathen nations. They're going to receive the wrath of that and drink of that cup the Lord said it was going to be forced to drink, man. And it's not going to get any relief. They're not going to get any relief, man. They're not going to get any relief. This is Ezekiel 39 verse 21. It says, and I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them. See, and the hand that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, their power, from that day and forward. See, the Lord is coming back to judge Edom and the heathen nations, and we're gonna know for a fact this is the hand of the Lord, man, because we're reading it, and we know we're gonna see the judgment the Lord bring upon the heathen nations. Like I said, especially Esau. Verse 23 it says, and the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. See, the Lord turned his back on us, and that's the reason why we in captivity and we die every day by the sword. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua power, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. See, the Lord is coming back to redeem us, man. He's coming to take us out of captivity and turn his hand on our enemies, man. Judge us, man. Verse 26, it says, after that they have bore their shame. See, we are bearing our shame now. And all their trespass, whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So let me finish this up. It says, after that they have bore their shame and all their trespasses, whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwell safely in their land, and none made them afraid, when I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' land, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations, then shall they know that I, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, their power, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen. But I have gathered them unto their own land. I've gathered them into their own land, and have left none of them any more there. And the Lord is coming back to redeem us, man. He's coming back to save the children of Israel, man, the elect of the children of Israel. It says, neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my spirit upon upon the house of Israel, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that's what's being turned up in us now, man. The Lord's pouring his spirit up on us now, man. And he's redeeming us through the spirit to want to be in our own land, man. To cry out to the Lord to bring us in our own land. Crying out for the Lord to return, man. So I'm going to end it there. Lord, we was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.